Hey, this is your girl, Pinky! Pinky!
P-I-N-K-Y.
And it's time for Pinky's Entertainment, a YouTube channel providing pure fun, enjoyment, and laughter. Yup, you got that right.
Hey, it's your girl Pinky, P-I-N-K-Y, and I'm so high. And today, Pink Panthers, I am finally going to talk about You Season 5. Now, you guys, I have been watching this season, of course, but it took me a while to re-binge watch it. So now that I re-binge watched it, I have it fresh on my mind. We're going to talk about You.
Damn!
You. Yes, you.
Okay.
We're going to talk about You, okay? Before I start this video, make sure you drop the like it's hot on that like button. Make sure you get low in the comment section. Make sure you share on the subscribe button and turn your post notification bell so you know when the next video is gonna be here, okay? And if you guys don't do any of those, I'ma crash out. Now, it's another episode of Mo Shows, okay?
Okay.
It's your girl, Pinky! This is your girl, Pinky! P-I-N-K-Y! And it's time for Movie Review! More movies! More movies!
Holla at the girl.
Now, I really like this last season. I felt like it was a pretty good season. I felt like the writers really did their thing because, no offense, we all know that season 4 was trash. So the fact that they, came up with a good, send-off, a good, last season for the show, it's really good. This season was top 3 for sure. Of seasons, this season was, top 3. But am I satisfied with the ending? I'm gonna be honest, yes and no. I feel like, okay, me personally, in my opinion, I would have just been satisfied if they would have him. In all honesty, I feel like everybody kind of wanted him to be caught and be put in prison. But to me, I don't know, I just feel like killers like him or people like him, them being in prison, it's just easy. I don't know, I feel like they're either going to die in prison or they're going to sneak out. I just feel like it's too easy. And then the fact that he kind of was just satisfied that he was in prison. Usually we see, Joe's, wheels turning. When we saw him in prison, it was just kind of okay, oh, I'm in prison. I got caught. It was just like what? I don't know. I mean, if y'all like it, I love it. But to me, I'd rather it just be R.I.P. Joe Goldberg. In all honesty, I would have been satisfied with that. But that's just my opinion. So guaranteed, he's not gonna do this to other females. He's not gonna do this to any other victim or anybody else. You know what I'm saying? And call it a day. But first of all, round of applause to Penn Badgley. He did his thing playing Joe Goldberg. I really appreciate it. I mean, I always knew Penn Badgley can act, but to me, this character was kind of out of his comfort zone. So, but he did phenomenal. He needs to get an Emmy. And Anna Camp, Chef's Kiss. She played Reagan and Maddie very well. She did her thing. I'm gonna need Penn Badgley. He needs to get an Emmy. Anna Camp needs to get an Emmy. Okay, they did that. But anyway, let's get into it. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about the season, but I'm really just gonna talk about the show in general, since this being the last season and all. So, yeah. Okay. First of all, I love how they went back to the beginning. They went back to New York City it kind of was basically like season one, but like 2.0. Immediately when we saw the city, I immediately thought of Beck because I'm like, dang girl, you did not deserve that. You didn't need to get out this world like that. Like, you feel me? So I was glad that they came back to New York, and I was glad he was Joe Goldberg again. You know, like he wasn't Will or other names that he said. But we're going to talk about the women in the show, like not this season, but the show in general. Okay. So I listed all the women that he was in love with, yada yada yada. Okay, so before Beck, so pre-Beck, he dated Candace Stone. I'm gonna be honest, I did not like Candace. Like, the only thing about her that was likable, I guess, was that, like, her and other people, she tried to bring Joe down because she was technically, okay, to us, Beck was the first woman, but I guess Candace was really the first woman that he was, like, fantasizing about, you know, like, he really loved, you know what I'm saying? So at first, not to say she was a bitter ex, I just felt like she just wanted to get revenge, you know? And then, so when I didn't like him and Candace, I was like, yeah, y'all was an endgame. Okay, first of all, the women that I liked him with Beck, Marion, and Bronte. I liked him with Beck. Him and Beck, they were a cute couple. I felt like he was genuinely happy when he was with Beck. Same thing with Marianne. I felt like he was genuinely happy when he was with Marianne. Even Bronte, but the thing with Bronte is I felt like she challenged him. I feel like he kind of likes girls or women that are like challenging. Like, I feel like he likes them. He likes strong-willed women that challenges him, but can be like beta, like can be like what's the word? Can be not feminine. What's the word? They can be like submissive. I think he likes both, but the fact that she challenged him, I think he liked that. So to me, out of all the women, I liked him with Beck, Marion, and Bronte. Okay, honorable mention, Delilah. I feel like if he took Delilah seriously, and if they wasn't just like buddies, him and Delilah would have been cute. But you know, unpopular opinion, I did not like him with Love. I am so sorry. I know y'all gonna be mad at me in the comments. I don't care. I did not like him with Love. First of all, he met his match when he met her. First of all, she's a cuckoo bird like him. But to me, okay, the thing that be killing me with when people be talking about Love, y'all all like, oh my god, Love, she was such a better killer than him. She was so much better than him. She was smarter than him, yada yada yada. But how? First of all, she was way too impulsive. At least with Joe people, he kind of plans it out. Like he plans it, he schedules it, he kind of like does his research before he just does the job. Love, you could be like, oh my god, Love, you're such an amazing baker. But oh my god, Joe was looking pretty scrumptious last night. Love, oh my god, is that mold up on your ceiling? You need to fix that. Boom. Oh my gosh, Love, I don't really like your outfit today. You need to change it. Boom. It's just like anything she doesn't like, or as soon as she gets mad, boom, she kills you. It is just like, girl, she was too impulsive. And every time somebody, who did she call? Joe.
How are you? I am under the water. Please help me.
She never did it herself. She always had to call Joe. But she's your fave, right? She's your fave. But she's your fave, right? No, I'm sorry. I did not like Love.
No!
I'm so sorry. I did not like him with Love. Now he did meet his match when he was with her because she was cuckoo as well. And then when he found out she wasn't cuckoo and not as sweet as innocent as she tried to be, yeah, she became a turnoff. But she was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, okay? Low-key, I think she was crazier than him. I think she was crazier than him, and she was way too impulsive. Way too impulsive. Like you couldn't even say anything by accident. Boom, you're dead. Too much. But anyway, so Candace Stone, she was pre-Beck. Then you have Beck, season 1. Then you have Love Quinn, seasons 2 and 3. She was Joe's first wife and the mother of his son. Marianne Bellamy, seasons 3 and 4. I like Marianne. Karen Minty, he was the woman in season 1 that he kind of like dated after Beck. I really didn't have an opinion on her. She got away. That's all that matters. Next is Natalie McManus, season 3, plus During Love. This was like the woman next door that loves her. But I feel like if she was on season 3 the whole time, I feel like I wouldn't really cared about her. It's just like, okay, like there was nothing really to her. Then Kate Galvin, seasons 4 and 5, Joe's second wife. Delilah Alves, season 2, they were friends, plus they slept together. And Louise Flettery / Bronte, season 5, and Beyonce. Okay, so like I said, out of all the women that he was with, I liked him with Beck, Marion, and Bronte. Yeah. Okay. Now I would say this unpopular opinion. I did not like Cade. I felt like he settled for her. Like I feel like he didn't really like her like that. I feel like she just happened to be there, like right place at the right time. They got together. They got married. Plus she's rich. So it's kind of like, I feel like he just settled with her. Now, I would say this. Out of Kate and Love, I think I like Love better than Kate. And that says a lot because I couldn't stand Love. So the fact that I like Love better than Kate, that says something. But the thing with Kate that I didn't like, no offense, she was a hypocrite. First of all, you're calling him a Aren't you one too? Like, it's kind of like you're talking about what he does. Girl, you do the same thing. You just don't think what you're doing is wrong because you're rich and you're powerful. Like, girl, give me a break. And you have people to do your dirty work. No, you're a killer as well. Like, she got on my nerves with that. Like, she just made it seem like she was a victim. And it's like, girl, you're not a victim either. And then she gonna have Joe to kill Uncle Bob. But then just expected him, okay, that's going to be the last person you ever do that with.
What? What the fuck?
Girl, you married to a serial killer. What are you talking about? Like what? When she said that, I was like, no offense, you sound dumb as heck. I did not like Kate. I did not like her. She was smart when it came to other stuff, but like when it came to like, I didn't like how, to me, she was a typical rich person. She used her power and her money. And it's just like, no offense, you're a typical rich person. Like, you got, like, rich people feel like they do nothing wrong. But then she gonna have the nerve to talk about Joe. Girl, you're not innocent as well. Low-key Love kind of do the same thing, but at least Love embraced it. The only good thing I can say about Kate is that she knew what she was, but she really tried to change from that. I respect her for that. But then at the same time, I can't really say that because as soon as Uncle Bob figured out what you like, trying to figure out how to get rid of you, you immediately called your husband to do your dirty work. So in reality, did you? Like, it's kind of just like, but at least Love, she embraced hers. I just felt like Love really was in love with Joe. That she felt like since Joe was like the same person as her, like he would be okay. It'll kind of be like a Bonnie and Clyde situation, like you know, like like he likes it, she like it's kind of like they do the same thing. So it should have been no problems in their marriage. But needless to say, Love, you completely turned Joe off. And then I didn't like Love. First of all, she killed Delilah. Why the fudge would you do that? I'm gonna be honest. I feel like if Delilah was still alive, I feel like Joe would have let her like leave. Like I feel like how Joe let Will get away. I feel like Joe would have let Delilah got away. But no, Love killed her. And then Love killed Candace, which I mean, no offense. I don't want to say I didn't really care about Candace, but I feel like, no offense, Candace, are you going to be in every season until Joe gets caught? Like, it's kind of like, y'all was going to bring her back for season 3? Like, no. So, just, you feel me? I don't know. But, I don't know. I just felt like, I just didn't like Kate. And speaking of Kate, another good thing that she did, she was a good mom. Like, I feel like she was a good stepmom when it came to Henry. Now, okay, so here's my thing. I feel like, okay, so let's just get to the ending. So pretty much, so I guess they made it seem like Kate died in the fire. I knew she didn't die in the fire. Like, okay, I was kind of like in the middle. Part of me was like, oh no, she's not dead. Then part of me was like, oh my god, maybe she did die. But then when Bronte was pretty much was like telling us what everybody was like pretty much like after Joe went to prison, everybody's happy endings. We saw her. Part of me was surprised, but then part of me wasn't. But I felt like how she felt like the guys from season 3 that ended up raising Henry before her and Joe got Henry back. I feel like some kind of way they could have split like custody. Like I feel like since she felt like they were good parents, they could have all took care of Henry. Like meaning it could have been like a village that Henry like Henry could have been with Kate probably like most of the time, but maybe like weekends or every other week or certain holidays he will be with the dads. Like I feel like they should have kind of had that, like like Kate and the dads, they would have split custody. I feel like that would have been like a better ending. But the fact that she was still raising him, that was good. And I would say I feel like Kate did care about her siblings. I just feel like since she was CEO and Reagan was trying to take her down, she immediately just didn't have a good relationship with Reagan. I love her and Teddy's relationship. I feel like her and Teddy bond. I love their bond. Even though you can tell when Teddy found out the truth about her and Joe, he was kind of like trying to be distant. But I love how I just love their bond. You can tell Kate and Teddy were close and they're Reagan and Megan. But then come to find out Maddie really was resentful towards Reagan because actually I'm gonna wait on that. I'm gonna wait because that's a different storyline in itself. But excuse me, I felt like I said, I just feel like Kate was a hypocrite. So even though eventually she was trying to take down Joe, it's kind of like, well, girl, First of all, you knew he was a serial killer. You still married him. Second of all, you knew he killed Reese. You covered for him. You knew Nadine didn't kill Reese, but you helped Joe, planted it on her, sent her to prison. Then, you told him to kill Uncle Bob. Like, it's kind of like, the only good things that she did was get Henry back. She opened Mooney's. Okay, I like that she opened back Mooney's, but then I didn't like it because we all knew what that meant. The freaking basement, the freaking cage was still downstairs. But it's kind of like other than that cage, she was a hypocrite. But then in the last minute, she wanted to take Joe down. It was just like, and then when she found out that Joe and Bronte was like still dealing with each other, okay, I feel like she loved Joe, but let's be for real, Kate, did you really still love them? Like, to me, for them to be married for 3 years, I feel like they were already at that point where, no offense, do you guys even still touch each other? Like, no offense, like, I feel like it was always business. Henry, business, Henry.
No!
Like, it's kind of like, no offense. Not to say marriage is all just about that, but it's just kind of like, it's kind of like, hey, to me, it kind of seemed like she only wanted Joe to do her dirty work. Let's be for real. Like, we saw them kiss each other, don't get it wrong, but it's kind of like, it was always either about Henry or her business. So in a way, was you really that surprised he had an affair? No tea, no shade. I'm just saying. But anyway, I love Henry. Henry is such a sweet boy. They did so well with the casting. You get like low key, like that really looked like Joe could be his dad. Like, they did the actor really well. I feel like Henry really loved his dad, and it's unfortunate that at the end, he said, "Daddy, like, you're the monster." I'm not gonna lie, I teared up on that part. I was like, dang, that was crazy. That was sad. That was really, really sad. And then I love how, no offense, he was defending Love, his mom, because first of all, he punched Gresham in the nose. I was like, god dang. I'm like, they're trying to set it up to make it seem like he might be a killer when he grow up, because oh my god. And then when he threw the knife at Reagan, like
2,000 years later.
Okay, it wasn't funny. I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, oh my god, like, cackle. I'm not gonna lie and say that. But it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Henry, I love Henry. He's a sweet boy. But I'm gonna be honest, Netflix, we don't need a spin-off about Henry, him growing up. No offense, we don't need that. And we don't need a prequel about Love. We don't need that, okay? Let's leave you alone after this. We don't need those, okay?
Okay.
Reagan and Maddie. First of all, when Joe kidnapped Reagan, I knew it wasn't Reagan. I knew it was Maddie. No offense, I don't want to say it was so obvious, but it was so obvious. Like, I knew. Keep in mind, when I was watching this season, I was always on guard because I was trying to see how they was going to end the series. Like, I was trying to see, like, what plot twist was going to happen. Is he going to end up with somebody? Is he not going to end up with somebody? Is he going to get caught? Is he not going to get caught? No offense, you can tell Joe was starting to slip. You can tell Joe was rusty and need to stop killing people because ain't no way. The fact that he went 3 years without doing it, that explains a lot because he made certain errors throughout the season. I'm like, Joe, I'm like, season 1, season 2, season 3, Joe would never. Season 1, season 2, season 3, Joe would never. I was like, yeah, he needs to stop doing this. He's getting rusty. I was like, he's either getting older or he's not good at what he does anymore. Because he was getting rusty, I'm not gonna lie. But I knew he kidnapped Maddie and he did not kidnap Reagan. I knew that. But the fact, and then I also knew that Maddie and Reagan's husband were hooking up. Because if you pay attention to episode 2, the dinner party, when she showed up with her guy, the way her and Harrison kept on looking at each other, I'm like, yeah. And then every time she would make like a sexual joke with the new guy, the camera will always show us Harrison's facial expression. I'm like, yeah, they're hooking up. Duh. So those 2 moments, I knew that's what happened. I was like, okay, you know? But the fact that, okay, to me, I knew Joe wasn't going to kill Maddie. I knew Reagan was going to die. But first of all, the fact that he pretty much manipulated Maddie to kill Reagan, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see that coming. Like I thought they were Reagan and Maddie, like when Reagan got into like the cage, I thought they was low key gonna be like the married couple from season 3. I thought they was like gonna get out of it, but some kind of way they was going to expose him. Like either they was going to expose him or they were going to like kill him. Like I don't know. Like I thought they was going to do that, but the fact that Maddie killed Reagan and she had to pretend to be Reagan, that was crazy. No offense, I knew Maddie was going to get caught pretending to be Reagan. First of all, Maddie, she was good at being Reagan, but let's be for real. First of all, she didn't want to do that. Second of all, you can tell out of her and Reagan. I don't want to say Maddie is weak. She's not weak, but you can tell she's more sensitive than Reagan was. Reagan was literally a type A, like, she was very, like, Reagan was very much on point. Maddie, you can tell she felt like people didn't believe in her. People thought that she was the unlikable twin. I feel like Maddie had not low self-esteem. You can tell she had a lot of stuff going on inside of her. And at first, I feel like she liked Joe because I feel like she felt like Joe understood that. But then at the same time, she was mad at Joe because she knew Joe was taking advantage of her. So, you know, but the fact that she tried to burn down the library, first of all, Bronte was, I'm about to get on Bronte in a minute. Bronte was stupid as heck. You should have let Joe die in the fire. Even though, let's be for real, we all knew Joe was not gonna die in the fire. Let's be for real. I feel like if Bronte let Joe die in the fire and he came back, he was gonna come for her. Let's be for real. I knew he was not gonna die in a fire. But Bronte, you could have let that man die. You could have let Joe die. That's all I'm saying. You could have let Joe die. But anyway, going back to Maddie, the fact that Maddie burned down the library, I was like, wow. But I'm happy. Her and Harrison, they got their happy ending, and now she's having twins. God bless her. That's all I gotta say. God bless her. She better hope she has twin boys, because ain't no way. She better hope she has twin boys. And then the fact that Reagan knew she was in love with Harrison and she pretty much forced her to be her surrogate, that was messed up. I'm like, yeah, Reagan, you was wrong. You was wrong. But ooh, when Reagan and Joe had that fight, Reagan was low-key beating. I was like, get him. I was like, get him. But then, of course, low-key knocked her out. I was like, well, you know, to me, they kind of reminded me, Reagan low-key was Peach this season. Like, I feel like low-key, I feel like she reminded me so much of Peach, but like in like a very strong-willed type of way. But yeah, like she reminded me of Peach. R.I.P. to Peach. But you know, okay. Before I talk about Bronte, I'm going to talk about like when Joe got exposed on Instagram Live. Let me go to that. Okay, so when he got exposed on Instagram Live, pretty much killing Clayton, these are the people that we saw. Hashtag Joe Goldberg. First, we saw Dottie, Love and 40 Mom from season 2 to season 3. No offense, she looked horrible. I'm so sorry. I don't like to talk about people's look. Why did she look like that? It was either A, the alcohol, or B, she's aging like really bad. Why did she look like that? No offense. She looked terrible. And the fact that she thought Love was so innocent. Girl, clearly you did not know your child, because your child was a literally psychopath. Anyway, moving on. Shay and Carrie, season 3, got caged, then wrote a book. I'm glad they're still alive, doing well. The fact that Sherry wasn't really on Joe, she was really on Love. Yeah. Like, that was funny. She was like, Dottie, your psycho daughter. Literally, when she said that, I was like, thank you. Your daughter was not innocent. Your daughter was not innocent. If anything, I feel like 40 was more innocent than her. Like, R.I.P. to 40. But then we saw Anika, season 1, Beck and Peach friends. First of all, did she miss Beck? She only talked about Peach. She didn't talk about Beck. And then where was their other friend? Because it was 4 of them. So where did their other friend go? You know? But the fact that she only talked about Peach, it was like, okay, so you don't miss your other friend Beck? The fudge. And then the girl student season 4, she was kind of irrelevant, but I just wrote it down. Paco. We saw Paco, season 1 neighbor. He looks so grown. I don't think he's probably like a teenager at this point. I don't know how old the actor is in real life, but like, I think to us in that universe, he's a teenager now. Okay, so when I first saw him, when he was explaining about Joe, I thought he was shading him. I'm like, first of all, how are you going to shade him if, first of all, he defended you and his mom? And second of all, low-key, you defended Joe because you could have saved Beck, but no, you pretty much left her down in the basement. So Paco, what? But then when I binge watch it, I think he was defending Joe, but Joe was pretty much telling him like, shh, like, because I feel like Paco was low-key like spilling the beans, and Joe was like, shut up, Paco. Like, it was good to see Paco. We saw Ethan, his co-worker from Mooney season 1. Where did he go? He just left. I mean, I guess, because I guess Mooney closed down, so it's like, I guess he left. Then we saw Clyde, Beck's brother. I don't think he was ever on the show. I think they were just like acknowledging us, said, oh yeah, Beck has a sibling who loves, cares, and misses her. Like, you know, that was random. And then, yeah. And then we also saw Nadia season 4. She got out of prison. That was nice of Kate. That's the least that she could have done. Get Nadia out of prison for doing a crime she did not commit. Then we saw Lady Phoebe season 4. Then we saw Dane the attacker. Dane was such a douchebag. No offense. I'm sorry. Dane was a douchebag. And then we saw Will season 2. I'm not gonna lie. When we saw Will season 2, I low-key thought he was setting Joe up Because I feel like every time he got on the phone with Joe, the way how the camera will look at him and his facial expressions, I'm like, oh my god, is he gonna set Joe up? But he didn't. So that was crazy. So yeah, so the past victims kill list. So Love killed Candace, Joe killed Benjamin Ashby III, and then of course Joe killed Beck. This season, he killed Uncle Bob, Reagan. Well, Maddie killed Reagan, technically. He killed Clayton, and he killed Dane. Okay, now let's get into Bronte. Okay, first of all, I love Bronte. She was a good addition. Like I said, I liked her and Joe together. I feel like she challenged him. She was quirky. She kind of, okay, I don't know if she did this on purpose. I felt like she low-key was kind of acting like Beck, but then not really. I feel like Bronte was like her own character. I felt like she was like quirky and like I felt like Bronte kind of represented if Beck was still alive and she found all this out about Joe, this is how she would be. Like low-key, I feel like in another life, if he met Beck like later on in life, this is how she would have been. But just, you know, I like Bronte. The fact that she knew Beck, that was crazy. I didn't see that happening. When the fact that she set Joe up or she was in it, I knew that. I knew it. Cause no offense, I don't want to say she was too good to be true, but in a way she was too good to be true. And then plus, if you really go back and watch, low key you can tell she was in it. First of all, she kept asking him a lot of questions. Second of all, she was snooping all the time. Third of all, she went down to the basement. Fourth of all, she got locked in the basement. I was like, girl, you're dumb. Girl, you're dumb. I knew he wasn't going to kill her, but when she got locked in a basement, I was just like, I don't know. But the fact that like it was revealed she was setting him up, I knew that. I freaking knew it. I knew it. You could tell. Now, how she set him up, I didn't know to that extent because pretty much she did all of this because Beck was her friend. But the fact that she did all this, that's how you know she's a really good friend. Because to me, the flashback that we showed, because Beck was like her teacher aide / mentor. So I didn't know she was really Beck's friend like that. But the fact that she really cared about Beck and felt like that Beck would have been an amazing writer, you know, like she wanted Beck to really get justice. That was so sweet of her. I appreciated that. But like when she kind of told her backstory, that was crazy. And the fact that she was friends with Dr. Nikki's son. Okay, here's my thing. The fact that they know that Dr. Nikki didn't kill Beck, why he didn't get out of prison? Like everybody else had a happy ending except for Dr. Nikki. Why was he still in prison? Like how Kate got Nadia out of prison, she should have got Dr. Nikki out of prison. Cause what the fudge? Why was Dr. Nikki not like? And then does he know that his son is dead? Like it's kind of like we needed closure for Dr. Nikki as well. But anywho, I felt like I'm not gonna lie, the whole Clayton not being her ex, but he was Dr. Nikki's son, that was a shocker. But I low-key think Clayton did like Bronte though, because he was either he was real passionate about taking Joe down, or he really caught feelings for Bronte. He just never told her because ain't no way. And then part of me thought maybe Bronte and Clayton they just were in ex-boyfriend and girlfriend. But no, I think he really did like her. He just never told her that. Unless he was really a sociopath and, you know. But even though she admitted to set him up, I knew it was gonna be, I knew the storyline was gonna be, even though I set him up, I fell for him. I knew that was gonna come to play. So as soon as she defended Joe and her and Dominique fell out and she was with Joe, she gave Joe a second chance. I felt like she was all in it with Joe. Like, part of me thought how it was going to end, that Bronte, even though she knew Joe was like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and he did all of that, I felt like they were low-key going to be like a Bonnie or Clyde situation. Like, even though I felt like she would have not been okay with it, but I felt like it was going to be one of those, like, even though I was trying to get justice for Beck, I fell for him, and he's not really that bad of a person. Like, I don't know. Like, I felt like she was going to help him get away with it, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't know. But at the same time, Joe should have known that she was going to play him again. Because the fact is, like, Joe, I feel like deep down he knew she was too good to be true. And the fact that he didn't know that she was playing him, I was just like, Joe, you're really losing it. Because I'm like, Joe, you can't tell that she's changing. Like, I don't know. The fact that Joe fell for the second time, I'm like, yeah, Joe, you need to stop killing people. Because ain't no way. Like, you need to stop doing this. Because what? I don't know. I just felt like I didn't like how she forgave him, right? She was about to run away with him. She met Kate. She still felt like Kate was like an a-hole, a douchebag. You also knew who he was, but you were married to. Like, I don't know. Like, she kind of went against Kate. But then all of a sudden, all she had to do was talk to Marianne. It's kind of like all you had to do was talk to Marianne and you found yourself again. Like, what? Like, low-key, I kind of thought that was stupid. I'm like, so Bronte, all you had to do was talk to Marianne and you was okay. You were normal again. Like, what? I was just like, okay. Like, I don't know. I just, like I said, I like Bronte, but Loki, and she's a fighter. I can honestly say the women this season, they were fighting back. I feel like women the past seasons, they wouldn't have fought back. They would have just let Joe kill them. I felt like Bronte was fighting back. Nadia was fighting back. Nadia has a reason. No offense, she went to prison for a crime she didn't commit. And then her dad passed away after he found out she was. It was just like, Nadia had a reason. Marianne, I feel like Kate, she was just on a power trip and she didn't want Joe to like outrun her. Like, I really do think Kate was just on a power trip. And going to Marianne, no offense, Marianne, why did you see him again? Why did you let him know you was alive? I didn't really like that. No offense. I felt like they was trying to, how in season 4, how Joe was pretty much getting haunted by all the girls from his past. They kind of try to do it again this season. Low-key, we didn't need that again. Like, we didn't need that again. The only people that should have done it was Kate and Nadia. We didn't need to see Marianne again. No offense. Marianne told him season 4 she was traumatized. How many times she gonna tell this man she was traumatized and he hurt her? Like, how many times are we gonna no offense, I love Marianne. I loved her character, don't get me wrong. You got away with it. Why did she come back? Just think about it. I feel like he genuinely apologized to her, but let's be for real. What if Joe would have got away with it, right? He goes back and try to haunt her down. I don't know. Like, I just felt like if I was in Marianne's shoes and I pretty much faked my death. Babes, I'm gonna let you think forever until he died that he killed me. I am not gonna go back and let him know that I'm alive. The devil is alive. I'm not doing that. So the fact that she literally went back just to be like, yeah, Joe, I'm alive, and you're going to, it was like, Marianne, you was better than that, girl. You should, and you're smarter than that. She should have never like went back. Like, if anything, Kay should have just probably like put it up to his face and be like, oh, you remember your ex, Marianne? You know she's really not dead, right? She could have did it like that. But the fact that he literally saw Marianne's face, knowing that he really did not kill her, that was stupid. They didn't need to bring her back. That's just my opinion, but whatever. But going back to Bronte, the fact that all you had to do was talk to Marianne, and all of a sudden you want to take him back down again, that was kind of stupid. I didn't really like that. Not to say, no offense, Bronte, you made your bed, now you gotta lie in it. It's just kind of like, girl. And then the fact that she really thought that Joe did protect Bronte from Clayton. Okay, I do believe that. But girl, the fact that you didn't think he killed Beck, girl, you should have known he killed Beck. Like, if it walks like a duck and quack like a duck, duh. Like, it's kind of like, so what research was you guys doing that you didn't think he killed Beck? I didn't really understand that. I'm like, okay, so when you found out Beck was dead and you found out how she died, you didn't think Joe did that? Like, I don't know, because when she talked to Marianne, she was like, oh my god, you're alive? Like, we thought you were dead. So clearly, if she knew information on Marianne, she should have known information on Beck. So why she didn't think Joe didn't kill her? I don't know. That was kind of stupid. I'm like, so you didn't think Joe killed her? That was kind of dumb. But, and then at the end of the, I'm about to wrap it up. But then when they went to like the house, and no, she was stupid again because they were about to do the Humpty Dumpty. Listen, no offense, if I was her and me and Joe was about to, I'm not gonna lie, I would have one last time. Then I would be like, ka biscuit. I'm like, pow, 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 biscuit. That's what I would have done. And then second of all, Bronte. So you're meaning to tell me you gave him the book and scratched out what he wrote? That was so stupid. Girl, I'm like, girl, if you gonna shoot him and go on, like, she had the GUN to his face, then she set it down, and he just marking the pages that he wrote. That was so freaking stupid. I'm like, girl, if you want pow him and go on. Like, anyway, I kind of wish Bronte and Dominique would have been friends again. I just loved how when Joe got taken down, suddenly it became the Bronte show. She was a narrator. I'm like, wow, I just love how the Bronte show now. And then I didn't like the fact how she wrote a new edition for Beck's book. I felt like she should have did that, and then she should have came out with her own book. That could have been like a double edition. Like, she just wrote Beck's new book and call it a day. I don't know, but yeah. Oh, and then when Maddie was being Joe's PR, and then he cried, and then the internet fell in love with him. That was funny. I kind of saw that too. I don't know. I felt like the plots and twists that they were doing was really, really good. I don't know. Like, part of me was like, wow, is he going to get caught? Then part of me was like, oh my god, like, he's not going to get away with it. And then part of me was like, oh my god. But to needless to say, like I said, I'd rather him like than like him to be in prison. That's just my opinion. Like I feel like him being in prison was just too easy. You know, like I feel like it should have been no offense. Rest in peace to Joe Goldberg. Like that's just my opinion. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, we should have just like, you know what I'm saying? But anywho, yeah, so yeah, you guys, that's my review and my take on You. This was a really good season. Oh, let me rank it right quick. Okay, so my ranking from worst to best. Number 5, I'll put season 4. Number 4, I'll put season 3. Number 3, I will put season 5. Number 2, I will put season 2. And number 1, I'll put season 1. So that's like my ranking of the seasons. Oh, and I really wish we would have saw Ellie, aka Jenna Ortega's character. I really wish we would have like seen her again. Or if not seen her, at least give us an update on like where she is. Like it's kind of like, did they keep in touch? Did he stop sending her money? Were we supposed to forget about her character? I don't know. I kind of wish we would have saw Ellie again. I know. I remember Jenna Ortega said she was going to be in season 3. I think she was going to be in season 3, but she was doing Wednesday, so it was like a schedule conflict thing. But she was mad too because she really wanted to like play Ellie again. So yeah, but it's like, dang, I kind of wish we would have saw her again, or at least like know where she was. So that was a bummer. But yeah, you guys, that is my opinions and facts. My opinions on You season, you know, like the series finale in the last season. Comment down below what was your opinions and if you liked the ending or not and your rankings of the show. But I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you like or dislike, thumbs up or thumbs down, comment. Please be Panther, subscribe. Turn your post notification bell so you know when the next video is going to be here, okay? Because when that bell rings, it'll be like ring-a-ding-a-ding, ring-a-ding-a-ding, ring-a-ding-a-ding. Ding, ding, ding. Okay. Follow your girl at Facebook at Pinky Pinky. That's Pinky space Pinky. And follow two of my Instagrams. One is Show the Pinky and the other at Pinky Bear 00. And like my saying goes, let's smile, be your style. Don't worry, be happy. Okay. This your girl Pinky Pinky. And I'm so fly. Holla at your girl. Goodbye, Joe. Love you.
Hey, this is your girl, Pinky. 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 And it's time for Pinky's Entertainment, a YouTube channel providing pure fun, enjoyment, and laughter. Yup, you got that right.